Hello and welcome to another episode of our live streams going from Alaska to northern, maybe even southern California in fully fledged ORBX regions. We are currently situated at, I hope I pronounce it correctly, Teton States Airport. It's as you can clearly see, just a small airstrip, and we are actually going westwards, and I am planning to show you I think it is a photoreal part of the Pacific Northwest area of ORBX, which is the Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument. So some beautiful scenery to fly through, and we are also going to get near to Portland, where ORBX also offers I think it's a free product which is called Cityscape Portland, and maybe we will cover that in this stream or in one of the next streams, just depending on how much time it will take to get there. You can see the weather is not too good. I'm just going to update here, and let's see if it changes a bit for the better. But actually it doesn't, but that doesn't matter because we are in a pretty sturdy airplane. I'm just going to check my audio. Okay, audio is okay, and video I hope is okay too. Just let me know if you have any problems. Just drop me a note in the chat, and in case you have any questions, just feel free to ask them. I'm always happy and glad if I can answer them and if I can provide some support or whatever information you need. So this airplane is from Aerosoft. It's a famous Twin Otter. We could go through all the checklists, but I don't want to bore you with that. So I just go to configuration and set ready to fly. So this basically gives me the airplane in a ready to fly state. Which is very, very comfortable. And well, yeah, we just have to switch on the landing lights. We just have to switch on, it's better this way. Yeah, I think anti-ice would be a great however that works. And we just have to, what do we have to do? Well, set the heading to going westwards. Okay, and the flaps to 20 degrees, I'd say. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Time to 4,500, I'd say. Altimeter set, and wind is coming from a northerly direction, so I guess this runway that we're just situated at is just fine for our takeoff. And so I think we are good to go. I just have the impression that I forgot something. Can't remember what. P2 heat. There we go. Okay, start our taxi. It's just a little slope up here, as you can see, so we have to apply quite some power to get the airplane moving here. Wow. Yeah. But slowly reduce the power because this plane is seriously has some serious power. So don't apply too much of it. So here we go. This is the runway. And here we go. Come on, what about the brakes? And I hope we will make it. Let's try. So this airplane has some serious STOL, short takeoff and landing capabilities. So we should be able to get out of here in no time. So we already have rotate and positive rate, and turn to the right here so that we stay clear of those nasty mountains. Flaps retract 1. Just reduce a little bit on the power. Don't want to overstress the engines. And we will head to a westerly direction, just slightly south. And flaps retract full. Oh, we already have 4,500, so and we're clear of the weather, so I think it would be wise to climb to 6,500. Maybe even 8,500. We'll just see if we can stay clear of the weather. A little bit of snow. Wonderful. Take a look at this beautiful fog here. I tell you, you get so used to the advantages of prepared that you almost forget what you missed in FSX. feet and climbing. All right. And we're in the clouds again. So yeah, we have to climb through the clouds. So this means 10,500. Is there ice on my window? I think so. Certainly looks that way. $9,500. And here comes the sun. Okay, so we'll engage the autopilot as soon. Oh yeah, wow. There's some pretty serious icing here. I have to check if I can... Oops. And windshield heats is on. Let's see if this is also modeled from the outside. That would be cool, actually. And it is. Wow. Cool. Very, very cool. So we are just overflying Gifford Pinchot National Forest, so please enjoy. And I am going to check if or what this Portland cityscape exactly is and what it offers us. So let's go to www.orbxdirect.com. I hope the stream is stable because I'm also uploading something on YouTube. So I hope that it's okay. I'm not losing too many frames. So let's see. Freeware. Where is it? Come on, Cityscape Portland. Okay. Listen to this. Tim Harris has crafted this sensational version of downtown Portland, Oregon. It includes dozens of landmark buildings and bridges modeled in 3D as well as pristine photoreal imagery. A must-have for Pacific Northwest customers. So yeah, basically this is just a close to photoreal version of the city of Portland with some important landmarks, I guess. And I'm just looking at the screenshots, and I think it's one of the older freeware ORBX products, but still that does not mean that it's bad. For me it's a little bit hard because I don't know Portland. I've never been there, so I think it's always hard for to experience those products that they provide if you've never been there. So it's always hard to tell how good and how well it's made. So, but I'm certainly sure that it's a good product. Speaking of which, I'm really looking forward to ORBX. Oh, I'm sorry, Overspeed. To ORBX publishing Innsbruck. That is going to be awesome, and the coverage area is huge, and you will see that. I mean, I think, as I know that I have a lot of of German-speaking watchers and viewers, I just know that you guys are going to be just blown away by the quality of it. And if you've ever been to Innsbruck, um, then you will certainly see what kind of realism ORBX is able to provide with their fully fledged regions. So I'm really looking forward to that release, and I can promise you we will do some serious flying there, and we will take a look at the scenery very, very closely, because I happen to know that area very well. So we will definitely, this is one of the areas that I'm really familiar with, so we can take a look at it and I can really tell you if it is close to reality or whatever. So we are heading southwest. We're just over this national forest now, so there should be a lot of nature below us. So the ride has gotten a little less bumpy now, so I'm looking forward to just scratching the clouds here from below. To be honest with you, I wouldn't want to be a passenger on this flight. And I'm just going to look at Pacific Northwest as to how large photoreal coverage areas, it tells me in the documentation. I'm just going to look in the documentation. It doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell in the user description where it is, where Pacific Northwest is providing photoreal coverage, but I'm pretty sure, because I passed not long ago, I passed Mount St. Helens, and yeah, I just suppose that it is one of the photoreal coverage areas. So bear with me as we are approaching this beautiful area. And I hope you will be able to see a lot of this area, even though it is a bit cloudy here. So I think we're good on the icing. I can see in my stream that I'm dropping only 0.17% of frames. My upload is stable. So I hope you're doing okay with the stream. Just going to close this. Yeah, and it's clearing up a little bit, so that should be good. As to those of you who are wondering, this is a Rocky Mountain livery for the Twin Otter. I searched a long time for this one because I've always loved to use liveries that are like somehow true to the area. So I love flying a livery that is true to the area, and I searched a lot for this livery because it was only, the one I found was only available for the old Twin Otter and not the extended or the current version. And so I found the updated version, and yeah, I'm very happy that this worked. I'm just going to check. Maybe I can tell you where I got this livery from, because it's always good to tell the people where you have your things from. So kudos to the developer. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, it's Tom Weiss. Let's take a look if I can find his page. Tom Weiss repaints. Um, hmm, 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 hmm. Okay, it's www.lockonfiles.com because I think primarily they do repaints for Lock-On or did. And if you go there to downloads, oh come on, clouds, go away. There you can, on the right, you can choose the model in FSX, FS 2004 and prepared. No, I'm sorry, skins. It's skin. Airsoft Twin Otter old version, Airsoft Twin Otter new version. Wonderful. 26 files, pretty good actually. You can find a lot of his repaints probably also on the Aerosoft homepage, which is I think the first source to head to if you're searching for uh, repaints for your Aerosoft products, of course. So as we are approaching the we are actually approaching the area now, so we should sync a little bit. So wow, a lot of snow here. Oh my god. It's really hard to manage a plane in those clouds. That's why you should never do that on VFR flying. Yeah, I was actually hoping to be able to show you more of this terrain. We have to go really, really low just to be able to take a glimpse at the terrain here. It's very, very harsh weather here. But that's fun. We're going to do some hand flying here, and I think the coverage area, at least on the map, this where you can see this transition here, this is this is where this, I think it's a national park actually, has to be, and this is where it begins actually, and you can see the landscape changing dramatically here, which is due to the fact that this is a very, very volcanic area, or it has been. And so this landscape here is really, really dominated by volcanic terrain. Or I think I will just, as soon as I have the airplane under control again, I will check when Mount St. Helens erupted last. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, now come on. So at least we'll engage the heading mode. Come on. Wow. And I think we can also engage altitude holds. Take a look at this. So this is what you get when you decide to buy one of those fully fledged ORBX regions. They always have certain parts of the terrain with photoreal coverage, and this is one of the areas you can enjoy. And this is also one of the things that I absolutely love. And I personally think that this certainly, at least to some extent, changes the way you fly in FSX. I mean, or prepared or whatever. I mean, I don't know if you've done a lot of VFR flying in FSX or prepared or whatever, but as soon as I started using those regions, I did a lot of VFR flying. You can do a lot of, let's say, sightseeing, and you can go places and you can enjoy them just like in the real world. And this is very, 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 very cool. And you can see Mount St. Helens here. That's the volcano. Let's just check when it last erupted. Mount St. Helens. Okay. Is an active stratovolcano. Okay, whatever a stratovolcano is. It's 96 miles south of Seattle and 50 miles northeast of Portland. Okay. Mount St. Helens is most notorious for its major 1980 eruption, the deadliest and most economically destructive volcanic event in the history of the United States. 57 people were killed. Wow. 250 homes, 47 bridges, 15 miles of railways, and 185 miles of highway were destroyed. With an earthquake. Okay. Wow. Take a look at this. You can see. And if you take a look at the Wikipedia picture, which was, by the way, what I just read to you, you can just compare. Can you see the plume, the smoke plume? This is so cool. Take a look at this. There's really smoke, still smoke coming out of the volcano. Beautiful. I love this. This is why we do this flying in these regions. This is so cool. And take a look at this beautiful area, how the landscape changes here, how this area is covered. It's just magnificent. Hope you enjoyed as much as I do. Okay, so we'll stay at this altitude because we are already approaching Portland. And I'm just thinking, you should take a look at my map here. This area is sprawling with airports and airstrips. And I think we will just start heading south, and then we can actually fly over Portland and land at some strip there. Just not at the international airport. That's just plain boring with this airplane. Just a small airstrip. Happy Valley. That sounds nice. Okay, so any questions in the stream? Just feel free to ask them. In case you're wondering if I'm paid by ORBX or whatever, no, unfortunately not. I just think that their products are just some of the best you can get for your simulator. That's just my plain honest opinion. I don't get paid by them. I wish I would. That would be nice, but I don't. And I just seriously or honestly think that their products are, you can just buy them. Just go for it. I mean, I don't know about one single product from them that I wouldn't buy. I mean, I cannot buy all of them because that's simply just too expensive, but I can't think of one single product that somebody has said that he or she wouldn't recommend buying. And I also think that although of course they're a profit-oriented company, but I honestly think that they are also very, very generous with their freeware offerings, coming to everyone, not only the customers, coming to everyone. They're providing a free US airport pack. They are providing a free European airports pack, and this is just really, really generous. And kudos to that company to a company that just doesn't forget that you have to provide some freeware at least for the people out there just to try it out. To be honest though, I think you have to have ORBX Global at least to use those airports. Yeah, but I just think that ORBX Global, that's just one of the basic products, and it changes the flight simulator so much. I certainly think that this is a must-have product. Okay, so we are scratching the overspeed area here. We are slowly approaching Portland. I'm just going to hit, what is this river called? What is this river called? Oh, not Sandy Island. Ah, these maps. Have to check Google Maps here. Portland. You have to check where Portland is. It's the Columbia River. Okay. Right. So I'm going to go for the Columbia River. There should already be a small stream below us, if I am not mistaken. Where is it? Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, and I'm always saying this, you can see it here. I'm always saying this when I'm flying here in fully fledged ORBX regions. You can do VFR flying, never forget that. The rivers, the roads, everything is there, and you can do VFR flying. And you can practice that in the simulator, just imagine that. That was something you, in FSX, like the basic, or the version that you get when you just install FSX, cannot do that. And with an ORBX region, or I think also with ORBX, especially with ORBX Vector, all that stuff, you can do that, and that is wonderful. So on the other hand, just to be honest, if you're only flying the big iron, like 737s, 777s, all that big stuff, jet airliners from major cities to from one major city to another major city, then you don't need ORBX at all. It just doesn't make sense. Maybe if you're very, very eager to have realistic airports, you can better, or you're better off investing the money in add-on airports. I wouldn't go for um, I wouldn't go for the ORBX stuff if you're flying big iron at high altitudes. Of course, the landscape looks better from higher altitudes as well, but where's the sense? I mean, you're not taking a really look at the landscape. And one downside of ORBX too, you can see that in my other stream, which is, keep in mind, a German one, um, Africa. Africa. It's just, I think in flight simulations, it's just one um, continent that is just plain underrepresented, and I think it's just a pity because no one really goes there. I think there are some add-on airports. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but not really much. And especially the airports in the desert, I was really disappointed how ORBX depicts them. I mean, of course, the stock simulator depicts them wrong as well, but especially in ORBX, it was a big disappointment actually. I hope that my journey through Africa turns out to be more interesting when we reach the middle and southern parts of Africa. So one other cool thing that you can have is ship traffic with this wonderful ship AI traffic freeware add-on. That's just amazing. I always thought, hey, I don't need that. Why do I need ships? I mean, ugh, who cares for ships? I'm flying, and I never take a look, take a glimpse at the river or scout for ships. But if you have it, it's not a, there's practically no impact on your frame rate, and it gives you so much more immersion. I mean, take a look at this: freighter, 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 another freighter, and some cruise ships as well, and you can fly down to them. You can even land on most of them with a helicopter, just as a challenge to your skills as a helicopter pilot. And it's so cool because one of the last times I was flying, I was approaching Hawaii, and there was just a sole freighter out there in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It looked so. It gives you some perspective actually when you're looking at big areas like with rivers and a lot of ocean, and suddenly there's a ship somewhere. I just think that adds a lot to the immersion in flight simulator. It's a really neat add-on, and I think it's really worth the cost of installing it. So I would definitely recommend that. So if we would be landing at one of the airstrips at Portland, the elevation is 780 feet approximately. So that is good. This is just for the planning of our descent. Okay, so Portland International Airport is KPDX, so we'll just grab some weather from KPDX. Let me check the weather. Come on. KPDX. Wow. That's one of the things I hate about this region. Is always rather rough weather and always a lot of wind actually. 0 degrees with 14 knots of wind, gusts up to 20 knots. It's a lot. Okay, so we should search for something. Actually, this airstrip that I initially spotted is not optimal. Okay, just found another one. Maybe we'll go for that one. So we'll descend to let's say 2,500, something like that. I don't think we need the de-icing anymore because I don't think that we will be passing through any clouds now. Okay, 2,500 altitude hold. And you can see we are already approaching civilization again, with this being St. Helens. And this is another national park we are approaching. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Sauvie Island Wildlife Area and the Richfield National Wildlife Refuge. To our left and to our front. And as you can see, this is all modeled correctly in this area. And you can also see from city here, this is just, yeah, it's just beautiful. Okay, so an airport coming up here. This is Scappoose Industrial Air Park. Okay. So we are approaching Portland International soon. We're just going to fly over it. And snow again. and welcome to Portland. And Portland International should be to our right. But as usual, visibility is awful. It's also correct, this creek here with houses attached or just bordering to it. So it's time to, and we just passed Vancouver Lake with a small island in it. Yeah, there you see it. As I said, VFR flying absolutely possible. Okay, so I'm just thinking, where should we land? And I thought, you know, why not? Actually, this airport, there's a small airport just in the middle of the city here, which is called Evergreen. But I'm also thinking about this one here, which is called Portland Troutdale, which is a little bigger. No, I want to land in this one in the city. So the weather actually right now, let me check. The weather. Come on. 080. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to take over control now. And we're going to descend, and I'm going to get a line to the airport. Let's hope that we can find it in this god-awful soup. I think it's just, yeah, I can see it. Okay, we are a little too high, a little too fast. But you can do that with the Twin Otter. Just pull the handbrake mid-air. Extend the flaps gradually and start descending again. I think flaps 30 will be good. We don't need more. Aim for an approach speed of about 80 knots. And enjoy this wonderful airplane that can, I think, in my opinion, bleed off speed and bleed off altitude like no other. This is amazing. I mean, you can literally, if you want, you can just drop out of the sky like a stone. Really. Just have to watch your airspeed here on the approach. And I hope that we have the right runway here. I hope that I will hit the concrete one, not the grass one, considering all the snow that is currently here. But I think we're good on that. And wind shear, in case you've seen that. And we're on our final approach. Whoa, 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 this is getting a close one. Whoa, this is going to be a close one. Okay. Brake. Wow, a little bit of a hard landing here. Reverse thrust. And here we are. We still have a lot of runway left, right? Retract the flaps. How can I get to the parking area? That is funny. Okay, whatever. Parking brakes. Oops. And welcome to Evergreen in Vancouver or Portland or whatever. No, this is Vancouver, right? I'm sorry, it's Vancouver. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you again soon on one of my other live streams or on the next episode of this live stream. Going from Alaska to northern or even southern California. We'll see about that. And yeah, in case you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comments or the chat. And as always, I wish you happy landings.